It's almost redirect. Minimize.
It don't work.
If they don't,
All
right.
I am ready to call the Bartonville Community Development Corporation meeting to order at 6:01 PM. And for those of you in our audience, our first item is to go into closed session. So it's great seeing y'all. We'll be right back.
Need to take the time and read the item.
Time is 6:01. Closed session regarding section 551.087 deliberation regarding economic development negotiations. Deliberate performance agreement between Cloud9 Salon and Spa and the Bartonville Community Development Corporation. And it is still 6:01 PM. We're going on a field trip.
Oh.
Yes.
I have information to read in there.
Are we good, Tammy?
When I look at
Yes.
people's
Okay.
eyes, and when I see people doing this number, I get to do.
So we're going to call the meeting back to order and we're going to close the closed session at 6:16 PM.
No action taken.
And yes, no action taken. Can I discuss what we're asking you to do though?
When you do after the public hearing
Okay,
or. Actually, no, go ahead and do that now.
yeah.
I'm sorry, sir, no action taken.
So after review of the initial draft of the performance agreement, there are some changes that need to be made. And just for Kim's reference. Section 2, there was a question about excuse me, the term date. We're leaving the term date as of March 31st, 2028. That's when it would end. In section 3, paragraph I, we're correcting the square footage of the building as well as adding the purpose of the space. We're adding retail space. Right now, it just says hair salon. So we're correcting that. Under section 4, paragraph A, we're changing the minimum amount to 4 million to more align with your increased costs. Again, section 4, paragraph B, we're correcting the square footage. Section 4, paragraph D, we're going to correct the language and clarify for me. You have 10 full-time employees, like they're on the payroll. Was it 10?
It is currently is 9, but there it will be over 10.
Okay, so we're good if we put 10
Yes.
full-time employees. Okay. So we're correcting that language because the rest are like 1099 or leases. So we didn't want to hold you accountable for 40 something full-time employees. And then correcting the name of the chair on the signature portion. So town's going to take care of that, send you a copy and us a copy, and then we'll bring it back up for vote in our May meeting. Moving on to item D of the agenda, which is public participation. This is to allow any citizens an opportunity to address this board. Do we have any? All right, moving on to regular items. Consider approval of the March 8th, 2023 meeting minutes.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve, seconded. All in favor? That's unanimous. The next item on the agenda is a public hearing to consider and take action on the following project to provide financial assistance in an amount not to exceed $45,000 to Cloud9 Management LLC, and to consider approval of a performance agreement by and between the Bartonville Community Development Corporation and Cloud9 Management LLC. Oh, I'm sorry. Public hearing is open as of 6:20 PM.
And then anybody in favor or against?
In the public.
Mhm.
Does anyone oppose our proposition for Cloud9, working with Cloud9? Anyone want to speak in favor of it?
First of all, business is great. Wow. I just came from there and I just want to continue to let you know how excited we are to be out here. It is blowing my mind. I shared with y'all a little bit. After 43 years, we've had over 4,000 new clients since we moved to this little pop-up. We're so jammed in there. We cannot wait to get into the new building. The girls are getting so excited with the dirt moving, and we start going vertical about 10 days from now. So we're so excited about that. Just cannot wait to get out here and be part of Bartonville. So I just want to say thank you again. Thank you for always supporting us and being excited for us. We appreciate that. Any questions for me? I see you. Amen. I couldn't agree with you more. We're so excited with the builders that we chose. We feel like it's very important to them to stick to the date. We had 19 weather days in our last meeting. And now we've had since that, it's been 10 days since that meeting, we've had no weather days. And so they work really well without rain. So we're hoping for more of that. We'll be dried in probably by the end of May, first part of June. So it's happening. They're handing us keys. They did change the date from October 1st to October 15th. They hope to get it back to October 1st. That's their goal. We'll need about a month to decorate and get moved in, but yeah, it's going to happen this year. So super excited.
Exciting.
You're
Yes.
kind of expecting maybe October, mid-October.
I'm
soft
telling
open
myself
here.
Thanksgiving. What are you telling yourself?
I would say Pacific first.
There's a week in the salon industry, and Jennifer knows this as well, but in the salon industry, right after Thanksgiving, where we breathe for about 2 seconds before the Christmas rush, I would like to get us moved in that week. You know, that's just a dream, but those have gotten me this far, so I'll keep dreaming.
That's it. Yeah.
Yes. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Do we have any other public comments that want to be heard? If not, I'll close the public hearing as of 6:22 PM. Next item on the agenda is to discuss and consider a funding application from Sackhouse Investments LLC, doing business as Trios Italian Bistro. Tim, would you like to come speak to us?
Love to live up there and speak.
Oh, we're gonna limp.
I've learned that I should not climb ladders as much as I do. Anyway, my name is Tim House. I'm here tonight representing Sackhouse Investments. Sackhouse, my last name is House, and my partner in this venture is John Sackalaris. So we came up with the clever name Sackhouse. We, in April last year, purchased the lease of the old Italian restaurant space known as Palermo's. We purchased it from the Palermo's group, and we came in and put a bunch of money in the interior and opened then in June, late June actually, of last year. And to be frank, it has not been a successful venture yet. We are coming up on our lease renewal this June, and it's our inclination to move forward. We believe in the space. We believe in the concept of restaurants out in this area. We think, in fact, that restaurants are one of the main industries that the town can support without having a lot of objection from those who are against business and commercial growth. It's a good way to bring tax dollars in that are not necessarily from the local citizens, can be from all the people who travel on 407. We bring at the Bartonville store a lot of business in from Argyle, Flower Mound, Louisville, Highland Village, and Lantana, of course. So we still have confidence that the old Palermo's restaurant, now operating as Trios, can be successful, but we need to do a complete makeover to make it work. And we're in the process of that now. We've actually closed our doors and we're starting to do an interior makeover. But the specific element that we're requesting you consider helping us is the patio. We currently have an arbor style open patio, which obviously provides no protection from the rain, but rain is not the concern. Sun. It's so hot out there on the west side of that building that we just really get no patio business at all. So we're missing a real good potential market there. We are asking for your assistance to make the cover much like, in fact, exactly like what is currently at the Barrel and at the Golden Egg. If you're familiar with those two, they're completely covered. I don't know if that's technically weatherproof because the temperature is not controlled, but nonetheless, it keeps the rain out, it keeps the sun off, and it makes them very usable. So I've got a cost estimate that's included in here. I've got a bid from a Bartonville-based construction business, the same group that built the other covers. And I'm, again, asking for your assistance on that. We will do, through our own funding, all the interior work that's needed. we've had, as you might expect, a lot of unanticipated costs when we took over this lease. We've had an air conditioner go out. We've had a walk-in cooler that had to be rebuilt, things that didn't show up in the due diligence, but showed up shortly after moving in. So that seems to be the case. Anyway, that's what I'm here asking for your help on. And I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
I do have one question.
Sure.
How many employees do you currently have?
Well, as of right now, we are working with the barrel operation next door to keep some of our kitchen staff employed, but because we're in this renovation period, we don't have any
Okay,
effectively. We
But-
had 14 before we went into the renovation.
and then what do you foresee your employees to be once all the renovations are done and you reopen?
You would expect that same amount to come back plus 5. And these are mostly wait staff and back of the house staff, kitchen staff.
So
Plus-
19,
Pardon me?
so that would be 19.
And that would be 19 total. Yeah. If in fact it turned out to be 5. 20 is the rough estimate, but
Okay,
What is your estimate, your estimate for finishing your interior remodel as well as the patio that you're proposing
we're assuming right at 100,000.
and time wise?
Time wise, we're hoping for, the patio cover can't happen obviously until your approval and council's approval. But the other elements we hope to have done within, by mid-May. And then the patio cover, once it is approved, if it is approved, is about a 4-week project, according to the construction company. And I'd had a few people tell me that thing was going to cost upwards of $100,000 himself, the patio cover. This group came in at just under half that, and I was very pleased with the bid that they came in at. They also office right above me and have not complained about the noise yet, which makes them a very nice neighbor.
anybody have any other questions for Mr. House?
Tim, you think you do the optional heaters and lighting out there?
Lighting, yes. The heating, I don't know at this point. To be truthful, knowing what the Barrel does in business, knowing what the Bartonville store does in business, knowing that our square footage is very similar, we really think we can increase our business by a factor of 3 times. You know, we just haven't hit the mark yet, frankly. I believe we tried to do too much of a formal dining experience, and that's apparently not what people want out here. So we want to make it more of a fun place, more of family oriented, probably have some more TVs, and it may take on a look. If you're familiar with Lakeside Tavern out here in the Lakeside community, it may take on more of that look. We still want to emphasize the fact that we've got pizza ovens and make pizza focus with some Italian food also, but probably have an expanded menu too. It's really what we're talking about is a complete makeover. As I said, we're working with our neighbor, the Barrel folks, and we're working on kind of a cooperative arrangement where we can share some management staff to keep our costs down. And so it's we want to move forward. I don't want to give up on this thing yet. That space needs to be a restaurant, and I think the town of Bartonville can become a dining destination, frankly, just like as Roanoke did years ago.
Now, you don't have ownership in the Barrel, or do you?
Do I what now?
You do or do not have ownership in the Barrel?
No.
No, okay,
No, I own the Bartonville store,
yeah.
but I have
that.
no ownership in the Barrel. No, that's
Okay.
completely Brandon Bohannon, and he has a couple of friends who are his partners.
Okay. Any other questions? All right, thank you, Mr. House. We're going to discuss this later on in a closed session. But next up is Miss Jennifer Buck. JBJBM LLC DBA Luminous Glow Med Spa. Tell us about your project.
So I live in Bartonville. just right up the road. And I really wanted to live and work in the same area. I love Bartonville. I love the people here. So I leased a space next to Tim. I'm his neighbor. And I was determined to do all works with no help. So everything that I've done has been self-funded. I've grown very quickly. So Bartonville has been very kind to us, and we have gotten very busy very quickly. And so I literally sunk everything into the build out. And so I'm coming to you, asking you guys to help me so that I can hire more staff. So I know that it's not the usual way. I know that usually people come before they build out and ask for money to help with a build out. But I did read that it is possible at a minimum, a schedule of additional payroll or jobs to be created or retained by the BCDC's investment. So I would like to bring on at least one full-time employee and possibly a secondary part-time employee, because we've just been so busy and inundated, and I'm literally working open to close every day. And it would be really nice to be able to serve all of our clients and be able to have a day off.
Busy is good.
Busy's good. Yeah. I don't want to complain, but God forbid I get sick,
And this would be one full-time, 1.5 full-time employees
Yes.
that you're trying to gain? Okay.
Yes, 1.5 employees is what my goal is.
Okay. Any questions for Ms. Buck?
So right now, you're sole proprietor, you're operating it by yourself.
No, I'm not by myself. Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 1099 employees, another full-time employee and a part-time employee.
Modeling that you did, what's the size of the space that you're in there?
It's 900 and something square feet. It's pretty small. It
Mhm.
was completely open space and open ceiling. It was actually a hair salon prior to my going in there. So I actually had to create treatment rooms and move plumbing and put walls up, update electrical and remodel the bathroom that was really outdated. Create a break room, just kind of do all the things. It was literally a hole with lights hanging from the ceiling. And so I don't know, I encourage you guys to come see it because it's really high end. You don't have crystal chandeliers and granite everywhere. And it's just a very classy, it's a medical spa. So people go there for, for fun, like it's not insurance based or anything like that. So people spend a lot of money and I wanted them to be able to have the experience. So I did put a lot of money into the finish out of the space.
Any other questions? Nope. All right. Thank you,
Thank
Ms.
you.
Buck. And again,
Thank you.
we'll be discussing this also in our next closed session.
Okay, thank you.
Next up on our agenda is to discuss a discussion on the annual BCDC business survey contact request. So we did have some businesses request contact from this board. And Tammy has given us a list. Does everybody have this list or just?
Yeah, I put it by every
Okay.
one of your places.
And so to avoid violating Open Meetings Act, we can't all go visit, each of these clients, but I thought maybe we could discuss amongst us and maybe divide them up, divide and conquer. Maybe 1 or 2 of us go visit each one. Anybody not game for that? Okay. Y'all want me to divide it up or you want to tell me which ones you want to go to?
I would do Brandon, Brandon, Montana.
Okay, that's Randy.
I would talk to,
Which one?
well, Brandon's the very bottom, Brandon Bohannon,
Got that?
Tim, we know, I'll talk to Tim. Thank Marty.
And I'd like to talk to Bill Martin.
I'll take 7-Eleven. Weatherly Chiropractic.
Where's 7-Eleven?
Sorry.
Where's 7-Eleven? Oh, right here. Rick Hopper. I'm sorry. Oh, Dwayne is. I was looking for it. Sorry. And which other one, Dwayne?
I'm sorry, 7-Eleven,
Uh.
Weatherly Chiropractic. Luminous Glow Med Spa. I'd like to learn more about her business, see how we can help her.
I'll be glad to talk to Jennifer. I'll talk to community man.
Burke Olson. Now with that, or Jacqueline Bishop, I don't know which ones.
45 training.
Training is Avron Edwards.
Yes, A Brown Edwards.
You want that one, Dwayne?
DBA, yeah.
Okay.
What's the guidance from Kevin?
That's the daycare over there, over there.
Down the corner.
And there's 265 more on the way.
I think this is the first. There was
She's the one doing all the major septic.
septic work on the corner there.
Okay.
I'll do that if nobody else. Were you
No, you're welcome to do that.
This is the first time.
Can I go with you, Jim, to that one? Okay.
That's not a quorum. I think we're no violation there.
Did you, oh, he's there.
Are there any you want to take?
Doesn't make any difference.
Let's see. What's left here? We've got
You got 7? You got 7-Eleven.
Dwayne. I'll do simple Texan. I have no idea what that is, but I'm gonna.
That's Rick Hopper.
We'll be done for Jim Bridges.
Oh, right here.
Did we already do Lone Star? Lone Star Food Store?
Yeah, I did. I took that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Brenda?
Parker.
You said Simple Texan and that is Rick Hopper. And I
Mhm.
think he said Rick Hopper.
He's Rick Hopper. You're Rick Hopper?
I am.
Oh, you're Rick Hopper, okay.
Unless two of you want to do it together.
Mess down.
I heard somebody say Rick Hopper
You
and I
want
had
to
it.
do Rick Hopper too? I'll go with you.
I got plenty here.
Okay, I was gonna say, you got a lot of
So
them.
Terry,
Yeah.
was that you? Rick
Okay.
Hopper?
No, I did Bridges.
Oh, well, then she's got it.
Rick Hopper.
I'm Rick Harper.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna read through these real quick. Y'all keep me honest.
Okay.
Terry, Bill Martin.
Yep.
Brenda, Rick Hopper. Yep. Dwayne, Tajab Sandhu.
Yes.
Randy, Tim House. Jim L. and Brenda, Catherine Taylor. Terry, Marty B. Devin Weatherly, Dwayne.
Yeah.
We do not have anyone for Raymond Alcala, so I'll take that one.
It's Ramon.
Ramon, sorry, thank you.
I'll call it.
Randy and Terry are gonna do Jennifer Buck. We need,
We're missing BGB restaurants, Casamia.
yeah, that's the one I was too. Casamia Lewis, Bencomo. Randy and Jim L.
Jim Bridges. We already covered that.
Averon Edwards is Dwayne. Jacqueline Bishop, which is the contact for Community Med, Jim L. Jim Bridges is Terry. Lantana Eye Care, Tammy Hall. We do not have one for that. I can take that. And then Brandon, Bohannon, Randy. Everybody good? So we can schedule these at our convenience, then I would just ask when you meet with them, if, you know, at the meeting following that, if you could just give us an update and see if there's anything that we need to talk about as a team to help them.
If you need it as a team, then we can put it as an agenda item, or we can do update on the contacts and they'll be listed. And that way, if they want to come in and if you can invite them to the meetings, we can do an update and I'll list those contacts. And the way, if any of them want to show up, you could have a discussion with them on the agenda. If that's what you would like.
All right. Any other discussion or comments about the business survey?
It looked like we had a pretty good response,
I think so.
which I'm pleased with, so.
Yeah, this is great. I think a lot of people we haven't seen before.
I think everybody's problem seems to be parking.
Yeah.
All right, no other discussion. I'm gonna move to item F, which is closed session, and we are going to suspend this meeting at 6:42 PM, go into closed session, and we will be back shortly. I need to read this real quick, sorry. In closed session, we will discuss section 551.087 deliberation regarding economic development negotiations, deliberate funding request from Sack House Investments LLC, DBA Trios Italian Bistro, and section 551.087 deliberation regarding economic development negotiations, deliberate funding request from JBJBM LLC, DBA Luminous Glow Med Spa. We'll be back again shortly. Okay, field trip.
My ex-husband made them do all the educational stuff before we could do fun stuff.
Oh, my gosh. All right, we're gonna call the meeting back to order at 7:21.
Sure.
Closed session. And I can talk about what we
Yeah,
decided.
you can make a motion.
Okay.
In a second.
Okay. I need my notes. One moment, please. Okay. I make a motion. Let me make sure I can word this correctly. Make a motion that the Business Community Development Board partner with Trio's Italian Bistro in the amount of $35,000. Using our standard agreement that we have used before with a 5-year clawback. So we would like for the town administration to draw that up, and then we'll review it in May.
It's after you make your second, I'll explain how it
Okay.
process.
So that's my motion.
I'll second that.
All in favor? That is unanimous.
So the process, if you're approving their application to move forward with a funding agreement, so the amount is over $10,000, so a notice will be published in the newspaper of a public hearing to consider the request and a performance agreement, just as you've done with Cloud9 and any other business that has requested more than $10,000. After the public hearing and approval of the agreements, there'll be 2 readings of resolutions at a town council meeting. And upon town council approval, then funds can be expended after the 60 days of the notice of the public hearing.
I'm going to make a second motion regarding the Business Community Development Corporation's partnership with Luminous Glow Med Spa. We would like to partner in the amount of $20,000. Same standard performance agreement with a 3-year clawback. Second. Thank you.
I will did you?
Second.
Oh, well, on.
All in favor?
All in favor?
I was reading, I'm sorry.
That is unanimous.
So the same as I just said, it'll be
Would
the
be-
same
yep.
thing because it's over $10,000 in the publications.
Over $10,000 that we published.
So the public hearings and will happen, we'll schedule for the May meeting, and then they'll go to council at the May regular meeting in May.
Great. All right. Do we have any future items that we need to bring up or add to the agenda for next meeting?
Do you want me to add on the agenda discussion or an update from your meeting visits? Or do you want to wait?
Yes.
Okay.
I would like that. Although I'll be real honest, I probably won't get mine done before the next meeting, but I will try. Can
you have
we address Tim, or do we have to wait?
It's Tim.
I was just hoping you can tell us when that council meeting might be.
Go ahead and adjourn and I can let them, I'll look it up for you.
If there's no other future agenda items, then I will call the meeting adjourned at 7:25 PM.